Next up is Wottywo. I hope I said that right. Hey Matt, do you think there should be a live-action Guyver reboot movie made? Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, with all the other reboots going on, I don't see why not. I think a Guyver reboot would be cool. Really cool, because I really like Driver 2. I think you asked me before to review Driver 2, but unfortunately I've just been very busy. I did have a review of Driver 1 and 2 long ago, but I don't know what happened to those reviews. But I just haven't had time to review the film. But I think Driver Reboot would be cool. Could you explain why you think the property will connect with the audience of today? Why it will? And why is Hollywood dedicated on making movies the audience don't want instead of making movies the audience wants? That's a good question. That's the one I've been asking all the time. Evil Dead 4. An R-rated Ninja Turtles movie. That's badass. Diver could work in the fact that, you have a lot of comic book superhero movies being made that have somewhat of a darker edge to it. Yes, the Dark Knight trilogy, uh, so on and so forth. They have a little bit of edge to it. So I think if done right, people are like, oh, okay, cool. And uh, I think it could work in that instance. I think people, like, the Man of Steel looks like it's a little bit of a darker film. Even the Iron Man 3 trailer looks like a little bit darker film. Even though the director says it's not, but based on the trailer, you would think otherwise. So I think maybe audiences could connect to that. Why is Hollywood dedicated on making movies the audience don't want instead of making movies the audience wants? I don't know. Maybe they are making movies the audience wants because we disagree on stuff. Like, if me or you and others say one thing, a lot of people say the exact opposite. There's a lot of people who love Rob Zombie's Halloween. There's a lot of people who love the Nightmare on Elm Street remake and who really like the Thing prequel or really like. I'm not a fan of Universal Soldier 4 Day of Reckoning or whatever the fuck it was called, Awakening, whatever the fuck. But there's a lot of people, a lot of critics who love that film. So there is an audience who, I know people who absolutely love Battleship. I know people who thought Texas Chainsaw 3D was good. Not that they're wrong. I don't agree with it, but people have different opinions, and maybe I don't know. It's who's going to see the movies and who's paying the money to see these films, and Hollywood listens to them. Hollywood listens to the dollar. You vote with your dollar. I think that's really the answer is they vote. The general public votes with their dollar, and what they voted is the kind of films that you're seeing in theaters. It's not the films we want, but a lot, maybe that's the answer. But thanks for the question. The thecobramaster15 asks, oh shit, 22 questions. Okay. Top 3 Michael Jai White movies. I would say Blood and Bone, Black Dynamite, and I'm guessing you mean that he stars in or has a big role. Because I was going for Universal Soldier the Return, but he's a bad guy and kind of a small role. So I'll just say Blood and Bone, Black Dynamite, and Tactical Force. Top 5 worst Van Damme films. Top 5? That's hard. Universal Soldier Regeneration, I absolutely fucking hate. The Quest, I hate. I think Street Fighter would be on there. What the hell was that one called? The Hardcore. The Derailed would be on there. Actually, I think Universal Soldier Regeneration, then Derailed, then the Hardcore, and then Street Fighter, then The Quest. I think are his 5 worst ones. Do you think Jet Li would have worked as Deacon Frost in the first Blade film? No, I don't. I don't know. Was he supposed to be Deacon Frost in the first Blade film, or? I don't know. I liked what Steven Dorff did. I was fine with Steven Dorff, but on the other, it would have made for a more interesting. Maybe I like the fight at the end, but be sure, it'd be an interesting fight. Wesley Snipes and Jet Li. So I just see it. Can you name 3 reasons why Steven Seagal's career went downhill? One, he stopped caring. That's the main reason. I think one, not dubbing his own damn voice in certain films. 2, not. I understand. I'm not one to talk with keeping I don't keep myself in great shape either. But if you're going to be an action star and continue, then I think you should be in somewhat decent shape to be an action star. I think that would make sense. If you're going to be an action star, that's your primary way of doing it. So that when you do fight scenes, it's believable. It has that certain impact like the early stuff did. And the films are just cheap. With really the plots. The plots are just stupid. The CIA, FBI, CIA, go through this, CIA, that. Like, intricate plots that are just completely fucking boring. But, I think that's a couple reasons why. If you could pick 3 martial art actors to beat down Channing Tatum, Taylor Lautner, and Robert Pattinson, who would they be? Nah, I wouldn't really want anyone to get beaten up. I wouldn't really want anyone to get beaten up. Michael Jai White, Jeff Speakman, Lauren Avedon. But I picked those 3, but yeah, but I have no ill will against them personally. I'm just not a fan of Channing Tatum, Tyler Lautner. Just not a fan of those guys, but yeah, Jeff Speakman, Lauren Avedon. But seriously, I have no personal ill will against those guys. I'm not a fan of those guys at all, and I think they suck as actors. What are some of your favorite movie comeuppances? Comeuppance. Movie comeuppance. One would be the Hills of Ice remake, where Doug, he gets the shit kicked out of him, gets his fingers cut off, then gets something, stabs in the guy's, like he pretends like he's crying. Oh, please don't kill me. Fools him, grabs him, and stabs the guy's foot. Then takes a flag, stabs into the guy's neck, the mutant's neck, takes a big fucking axe and slams it right into his head. It was like, yeah, sort of moment. Demolition Man, where Stallone beats Wesley Snipes, and then he gets on and says, heads up, and kicks his head off that's frozen. Broken Arrow, when Christian Slater's getting the shit kicked out of him, and then you have that really epic music by Hans Zimmer when they're on the train. Christian Slater's beating him up, has a crowbar, drops it, and goes. Universal Soldier, when Van Damme's like, Dolph Lundgren's like, you're dead, soldier, and Van Damme's like, no, I'm alive. Boom! You have the epic music, gives a strong kicks the shit out of him, fucks up Dolph. That's a great come-up. And so those are some of my favorite come-uppances. If you could make a Duke Nukem movie, how would you make it and who would you get to play Duke? I would make it R-rated, fun, entertaining, and I would get Dolph Lundgren to play Duke because you see some of the films, he looks like Duke Nukem. So I would get Dolph to play Duke Nukem, and I would just make it fun, have some witty script writers. Either get Dolph Lundgren or Roddy Piper to play Duke Nukem. Either Dolph Lundgren or Roddy Piper. But that'd be me. Top 3 Van Damme villains. Chun-Li from Bloodsport would be number 1. Bolo Yun. I think Ton Po would be number 2. And number 3, actually, number 3 would be Lance Henriksen from Hard Target. Why do you think people like the downbeat endings of horror films today? I wish I knew. Just people's like, well, that's horror. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. You know, horror films are not safe. They're horrifying. And I'm like, it's the same old shit. But you know, I don't know why. Believe me, I don't know that. Do you think Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy would have been better with Michael Keaton as Batman? To be honest, yeah. Or it depends. Would he make Michael Keaton talk in that weird voice? If he talked normal, then yeah. But it would just depend if Christopher Nolan would make him talk like that or what. Top 3 Clint Eastwood films. Top 3 Clint Eastwood movies. They'd probably be the Dirty Harry films. It'd probably be Magnum Force. Well, actually, I would put Magnum Force, then In a Line of Fire, and then... No, actually, stretch that. Magnum Force, The Rookie, and then In the Line of Fire. Magnum Force, The Rookie, and then In the Line of Fire. Top 3 Morgan Freeman films. That's tough. Shawshank Redemption would be 1. 7 would be 2. And 3 would be... I don't know what 3 would be with Morgan Freeman. Just... I put Kiss the Girl / A Long Time Aspired because they're 2 films to watch nice back to back. How would you remake The X-Files I Want to Believe? Honestly, I would change the entire story. I'd have it be them looking for be a monster movie. Be a creature feature monster movie. There's a monster, there's a creature, they're investigating the deaths in this small town, and it's them investigating this mystery, and it's a creature feature movie. But it stars Mulder and Scully. Is really what I would want it to be. Hell, they did a film called, was it Isolation or something? That was more like an X-Files type of movie or something. It's just, that's what I would do. Even Suspect Zero, that movie is more of an X-Files movie. And that was like... Suspect Zero could have been X-Files too. With Mulder and Scully chasing this killer that's supposed to be... That's one, chasing this serial killer... But you could add something like the killer's also a creature or something. But, you know, Serial Killer X. Or something like that. I don't know. But that's how I would remake it. Just be a creature feature movie. What were some of your favorite male leads in horror films? Ash from the Evil Dead films. Doug from the Hills of Eyes remake. Kevin Dillon from The Blob, 1988. Arnold and Danny Glover from Predator, Predator 2, but I know that's cheating because they're more action films. John D. LeMay as Steven in Jason Goes to Hell. Josh Stewart from The Collector and the Collection. Those are a couple of my favorite male leads in horror films. And I probably don't keep going in the next part because I'm getting up there.